Ravi was always a busy man. Work! Meetings! Deadlines! That's all he lived for. His son, Arjun, often felt like he was just another item on his father's to-do list, like a chore to be checked off. One evening, Ravi sat at the dinner table. He glanced at his wristwatch, a sleek, expensive model he had bought recently. It was a gift for himself, a reward for all his hard work. He was so proud of that watch. Arjun sat quietly, watching his father. And when Ravi wasn't paying attention, he reached out, took the watch off his father's hand and held it carefully between his fingers. It was heavier than he had imagined it would be. Dad, Arjun said quietly, can I see your watch? Startled, Ravi looked up. He had no idea his son was even awake. He took the watch off his wrist and handed it to Arjun. Why do you want to see my watch? He asked. Arjun turned the watch over in his hands, examining it. Why do you wear this watch? He asked finally. Ravi shrugged. It reminds me to be on time, to keep things moving, he said, looking away. Arjun frowned. But you're never really here, Dad. Always busy, always rushing, he said softly. Ravi stiffened. He didn't like his son's tone, but there was no denying what he had said. He looked at Arjun, really looked at him for the first time in a long while. And he saw in his son's eyes a reflection of himself, a younger, hungrier version of himself. He saw the hard-working boy he had been, the boy who had dreams and goals and ambitions. Ravi had worked hard to achieve his dreams. He had put his nose to the grindstone and climbed the corporate ladder, rung by rung. But somewhere along the way, he had lost sight of what really mattered. He had missed his son's soccer games, his school plays, his birthday parties. He had been too busy to notice that Arjun had started to call him by his first name instead of Dad. The next morning, Ravi did something he had never done before. He took out an old, worn watch from a drawer, a watch that hadn't seen the light of day in years. It was his own father's watch, a simple, sturdy timepiece that had been passed down to him. He had meant to fix it, to get it working again, but he had never gotten around to it. He sat beside Arjun, who was eating breakfast, and said, "This belonged to my dad. He gave it to me when I was your age. It's not about being on time. It's about the time you spend with people." Arjun's eyes lit up. He took the watch and examined it, turning it over in his hands. It was a beautiful watch. He could see that, but it was also a very old one. From that day on, Ravi tried to be more present. He still wore his new watch for work, but the old one was always with him at home.